In the beginning, there was nothing. Shortly thereafter, a P.O. box was established, one that would exist until the end of the universe itself. For those who know about the P.O. box, the directions are clear. Send your request, no matter how impossible sounding it may be, as well as a stamped, self-addressed return envelope, and cross your fingers, or similar digits depending on your species' anatomy. If you're lucky, your request could be answered by the team simply known as Chaos. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Good Chaotic, a brand new sci-fi actual play podcast. My name is Dan Peck, pronouns he, him, and I will be your GM for this brand new adventure. Real quick, we're going to go around and introduce my friends and players, and then we are going to get right to the action.
I like that your intro rhymed. It was like, I'm he, him, and I'll be your GM. Sorry, not step ahead the introductions. Go ahead.
I'll take any praise that you want to lump on me.
Sorry, continue the order operation. Sorry.
Dan definitely deserves his lumps. Hello, I'm Ben Paddon, pronouns they, them. I am a human person standing approximately 6'3". I have 2 arms and 2 legs, and I will be sprinting uphill at a steady pace for the next 4 to 6 hours.
I am Michael, he, him. I am comfortably sitting in a chair and excited to begin the adventure.
I am Châu Lê, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am truly a horse trapped in a woman's body.
I believe it.
I am Riley Silverman, also pronouns she, her, and I already got my bit out earlier when I interrupted before Ben said hello, so I will let that be my thing. I see the rest of my time.
Great. Let's get to it. At first, the job sounded like a simple request, one that wouldn't necessarily catch the eye of Chaos. But you all quickly realized the job wasn't to rob the casino. It said, steal the casino. Flying 3 miles above the gaming moon of Lucky Luna, the top of the world offers its visitors the gimmick to be not just high rollers, but the highest rollers, and little else. But the casino isn't what it appears to be. Originally designed to be a one-of-a-kind starship capable of withstanding even the most dangerous of spatial anomalies, the nearly completed vessel was stolen by the criminal organization known as the Audacity, named as such because no one else in the universe has the audacity to do the things they do. You've been hired by the ship's original owners, the peaceful people of Kodanti, to return their ship so that they may explore the unknown wonders of the universe. You are currently on the surface of Lucky Luna, waiting for your contact to arrive with information about the seemingly impregnable flying fortress at the family-friendly bar and grill called Pepperidge R. Pfeffernoose's Good Time and Flashing Lights Emporium.
I love it.
So we begin in a tavern. A family-friendly tavern. Pepperidge R. Pfeffernoose's Good Time and Flashing Lights Emporium. It is a tall restaurant with a ground level with a full bar and rings of floors around the seating area. And there are hundreds of hollow screens displaying all sorts of off-world games and sports located everywhere you look. Lucky Luna is the tourist destination of the universe. If there is some sort of game you want to watch or participate in, they most likely have it, whether it's gambling or esports or just good old-fashioned, fights to the death. They've got you covered. It's sort of like if Las Vegas was Manhattan that covered an entire moon.
Terrifying.
So you are all waiting.
Terraforming.
Fair.
That's my question. Is this moon terraformed, or is this you have to put on a spacesuit to go outside situation?
Oh no, you can.
Okay.
It's designed to accommodate as many possible life forms as possible. So yes, it's meant to be breathable.
Was that still true before Riley made her terraforming joke?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So each of you are waiting for your contact to arrive, and we're going to go around, and I want you to tell me, I want you to introduce your character and tell me what they are doing while you are waiting. So let's start with Ben.
Yeah, so my character is a kind of lilac humanoid, kind of a Jason Statham-looking individual. His pronouns are he, him. He is, I think right now he's probably just leaning against a wall, trying to look not kind of too cool for school and nonchalant at the same time, but also kind of keeping an eye on the rest of the group.
And your character's name would be?
Trip Odometer.
Killsphere is mostly trying to avoid being confused for one of the balls in the games. It's sort of this has happened.
The ball spheres, yeah.
Exactly. It's happened 4 or 5 times.
The game spheres.
Like, one of the waiters is like, are you supposed to be in one of the machines? And Killsphere's like, no, that's not. Please cease your yammering. I am not a gaming instrument.
The employee says, I don't know. That sounds like something one of the gaming spheres would say.
Do not make this a game over for you. Anyway.
Remind me what size Killsphere is.
So Killsphere is a sort of floating ball, they, them, about the size of a croquet ball. I figured this out. So it was like 92 millimeter diameter, roughly.
Like kind of like ostrich egg?
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Smaller than you would think.
Yeah.
Or, if I may, a croquet ball.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Killsphere is trying to keep to themselves and, as usual, having terrible luck at it.
So Bazooka Beaver is in line for food, or probably at the front of concessions going, do y'all have fried pickles? Do you have fried logs?
Yeah, again, we can fabricate any sort of sustenance you require. Yes.
No, but I'm asking if you have it.
Yes, absolutely. Would you like to order some?
I would like some fried pickles.
A plate of fried pickles.
Killsphere.
Well,
What do you want?
I will have the nachos, please.
And then we want some nachos, extra sauce, please.
Everything you order is just appearing in front of you.
All right. I'm going to bring this back to the group. Put that on our tab. You know what tab. I don't need to talk to you about what tab I'm on. She starts walking away.
Chase Variant, my character, is a human-looking person, but she has kind of like teal, about just above shoulder length hair that then forms into a pair of cat-like ears at the top of her head that are also that teal color. And she does have a teal kind of bushy tail coming out of the back of her kind of trench coat kind of vibe. She's wearing a like crop top over some cool like pockety pants with like lots of little holsters and stuff like that all over. And she is having I'm not even going to say barely contained, an uncontained meltdown, right? Like sensory overload. The best way I can think to describe it is that scene in Tangled where Rapunzel is out of the tower for the very first time and is having like highs and lows and everything, because this is the very first time in her entire life that Chase has not been on the space station where she grew up. And so she is on a physical planet, and so she's running outside and like touching dirt and like picking up grass and coming back in and like showing it to her teammates, and they don't care. So she's going back outside again and then going, oh no, I ruined this world, and she's putting it back and like trying to like, she's like mad at herself, and she's like, I'm never coming back again. And then oh my god, oh bazooka, they give you pickles, or they'll give you cotton candy, or they'll give you I asked for fried tomatoes because you said fried tomatoes are good, and they asked me which color, and I didn't know which color, so I just did all of them, and they're great. And that's
well, just make sure that you got a side of ranch.
Oh, excuse me. I need the ranch. I'll take a bowl of it.
I did forget to explain
One
who Bazooka
bucket.
Beaver is, but I think by name we can put 2 and 2 together. BB for short, she, them pronouns. A regular mid-sized beaver, mid-sized American beaver. And there's tactical gear that she might be having. I think she's wearing her goggles right now.
Love it.
Are you in your mech suit?
No, this is a non-mech suit. Right? We chilling.
It's
Chilling.
Dig it.
it's just a mode of
It's
transportation
casual.
for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're really casual
Is
today.
it casual?
Yeah.
No.
You
It's
just
super
cut to
casual.
the parking lot and it's like speeder bike, normal car, mech suit, normal car.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, and Chase is definitely like touching each one, and like some are like, "Please desist from the vehicle," and she's like, I'm so sorry" to the vehicle.
The mech is definitely parked in a compact spot,
Yeah.
and it should not be.
Yeah, it's absolutely like overtaking the compact spot, like 1.5 compact spots. And you just see these people like try to go into the spot and like realize halfway through they're like, damn it. And have to like
Yeah, you've made a lot of drivers very angry
Yeah.
today, and I salute you for it.
As Chase is walking by it, someone's like, "Is this yours? Can you move it?" "It's not mine. It's not mine. Sorry. There's ground here." Have you seen all this ground?
I think by this point, BB is taking the nachos and like dumping it into whatever little container Killsphere has opened up for her.
Kill block?
I know, I call it Kill
Amazing.
Block. I'm so sorry.
Kill block is the name of the Sesame Street version of that character. I love it.
No, I don't know if that's the thing they would change. Or they showed them.
Depends on what shape they're teaching.
By the 51st century, Sesame Street has gone off of the rails.
Kill Block is the Asylum Films version of this character.
Kids movies is like Oscar the Punisher now.
Yeah, the MCU has kind of expanded to overtake all other forms of media.
You see Elmo with like black felt in his face, and he's called Red Pool.
Oh my god.
Holy hell. Wow. Oh, that one real wow.
Maximum F.
Maximum tickle.
Fondle me, Elmo. I'm sure that was the joke when that doll existed, but yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
BB, as you go to attempt to force feed Killsphere, Killsphere starts shaking and buzzing and flashing red. Your table is ready.
Our table is ready.
Perfect.
And
Wait, we were ordering food before we had a table?
Yeah, there's
BB went to the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
Concessions.
I misunderstood. Sorry.
Your contact has arrived, and a holographic display over your vision points you in the direction towards your table, where your contact is waiting for you.
We go to the table. Killsphere will lead because they're sort of acting as de facto captain, much to my chagrin, of the team. Killsphere will lead and sort of using their sort of gravitational abilities suspend the nachos in front of them.
Amazing.
I love it.
At the table, the nachos will sort of reach out to the contact, and Killsphere will say, "I got you nachos."
Well, the contact is very thankful for presenting the nachos, but this is way too much food because your contact is a person named Jemp. Him. And he
Jem can't eat a whole plate of nachos.
well, he can,
Idiot.
but he's the size of a Lego minifig.
Oh.
He is absolutely tiny, but he has just arrived. He has he sees the four of you coming and says, "Thank you for the nachos. You know what? I'm starving. It was a 2-block walk from the Hall of Records. It took me 4 days." And he just starts chomping into the nachos.
I think Trip is going to take a nacho and put it on the table and just smash it with a fist to make just an array of smaller minifig-sized nachos.
Much appreciated, Trip.
So cute.
Chase is trying so hard not to look at Jem as like, I guess there probably are smaller races on the space station, so she's seen, but it's still like, this is all new. It's like, wow, there's a whole, like, there were blocks outside and you were able to traverse them. That's so cool.
Jemp kind of gives you a quizzical look because, yeah, space travel and like going anywhere, you're so brand new to the universe. Jemp doesn't know how to react. It's like, well, yeah, and just like without knowing what to say, puts nacho right into his face. Like,
You'll have to forgive her. She's new. She's so new. You have no idea just how new she is.
It's my first day.
It's her first day.
oh, well, then you've certainly got your work cut out for you.
Good.
And once you are seated, Jemp says, "Okay, so this building. I've spent the last 11 days memorizing all of the plans to it. And let me tell you something. This place is the tightest security I have ever encountered in my life. Now, the reason that you had hired Jemp is because he has perfect memory. So he was able to sneak into the Hall of Records and basically memorize the plans for the top of the world. And now is your opportunity to ask any of the questions you would need because he's already been doing the research for you. So Jemp looks at you and says, okay, I'm going to start with the good news because there isn't a whole lot of it. And he tells you the layout for the top of the world casino. Picture a tire that is turned on its side. So it is a large circular building, about 200,000 square feet. It's about the size of a Vegas casino for reference. And it is comprised of 3 main floors. If you think about a Chipwich ice cream sandwich, it's like that, where you have 2 thinner levels on the top and the bottom, and the main level in the middle. The top floor is where all of the casino operations are. That includes main security, the vault, employee areas, including lounges, mess hall, locker rooms, those sorts of things. So anything that controls the casino is in the top section. The middle floor is the gaming floor. That is where the majority of people in the building will be located. It's where the guests are. It's where the guest teleporters are, entertainment, dining, rapid response security. The high roller section is in the middle. It's going to be crowded in there. The bottom floor is flight control, anything relating to the ship elements of it. So you got engineering, the receiving bay, environmental control, server room, and the brig. Got it so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now comes the bad news. The entire building is located in a no-fly zone with lots of guns all over on it. So you try to approach with a ship, it's going to get shot down. On top of that, it is also globally positioned anchored to the planet. So in order for it to move, that will have to be powered down, disconnected, whatever. But for the most part, it's not going anywhere. Now, on top of that, guests can only enter using the guest teleporters. And in doing so, you will be scanned. Any weapons on you will be immediately confiscated, and all smart matter, or smatter, as it is known in this world, will be given a software update that will not allow your smatter to turn into any sort of weapon.
Interesting.
Guests and employees travel to and from the casino this way, but there is a separate entrance bay for employees. That is not easily accessible. There is one other way in, and it is through an automated cargo container that is heavily monitored. Every nanometer of it is surveyed by an artificial intelligence, and it will notice even the slightest deviation from the cargo manifest. That is used to bring in things that can't be teleported in, and it runs about every 30 minutes or so. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Communications. Obviously, people want to be able to use their comm devices, but in order to curb cheating, all comms are monitored with an algorithm. Certain keywords, phrases, or patterns will cause the algorithm to alert security.
Okay.
Criminy.
So when we're on the ship, we're going to call you Unalive Sphere.
Yeah, I'm concerned, yeah. The TikTok casino.
I'm just going to call you K.
You may be wondering,
KS.
if you manage to get in and you manage to disconnect the global anchor and you manage to get control of the ship, what are you going to do next?
You said the word if, and I want you to know that this is a more of a win situation. Just going to put that out there.
Sorry, I should be... you know what? Jem takes another bite of nacho. My blood sugar is really low. I should have better faith in you. You're correct.
Yeah, failure's not really an option for us.
I would have thought blood sugar would be easy for you. Just have literally a grain and you're good.
He shoots you a look.
I'm sorry. Was that offensive? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be. I have an idea, which is that if there are materials going in all the time, and we know that Kay even the people who work here can't tell you apart from the game spheres. I think if we can smuggle you in as one of the game spheres that they use on the ship in the kids' play area, I think that we can get you on board that way. And once you're on board, like you're our man in the can.
I like that a lot.
You know,
Yeah.
or our can in the can. I'm not sure what like the turn of phrase is that's best for you, but I mean like you can start using your hookups to help us get in.
Yeah, you become our ace in the hole, our ace hole, if you will. And I think what we need is someone who's capable of hacking to hack that manifest.
I'm so glad that my turn of phrase was the less offensive one.
I am also.
I feel
quite
like
surprised.
I feel like you're asking questions and you know, as a hacker, I've been here this whole entire
the whole
time.
time.
Right,
Yeah.
but we're trying to get you in the ship first.
Well, Killsphere gonna take care of that.
That's
Well,
what I would. That's what we were talking about.
Because if we're going to get Killsphere into the ship, if they check the contents of the cargo crate based on what's on the manifest, we'll need to hack the manifest.
Yeah, well, I've got these non-market chips that I've been just, you know, keeping, collecting. Y'all don't need to know. I can just hide that in like part of my fur.
All right.
Should just be fine.
I have a quick question for you, tiny Lego man. Do we have to be aboard the ship to hack the manifest, or is that something we could do remotely?
We are going to make the first roll of the series to determine that.
Oh,
Okay. So you want to know if you can do it from the ground. So you get to choose the type of action that you're going to roll.
Okay, so my actions are attune, command, consort, doctor, hack, helm, rig, scramble. I'm trying to ask about information. So what would that be? Would that be
Let's call
that
this
would be consort?
Let's call this study.
This is study? Okay, my study roll is bad. Okay. All right, well, let's see how this goes. So I have a study of 0.
Okay, and this will be a controlled roll, and it will be a limited roll also, because you're looking for something specific.
Yeah, so this is because I have so this is going to be I roll 2 dice and it's the lower of the 2, right?
Because you have no points in
Because
it?
I have no
Correct.
points in it. Yeah, okay. Here we go. First roll of the game. Don't fuck it up, Benjamin. I rolled a 2.
There's no way to tell.
Okay, there's no way. There's no way to tell. All right. Well, here's my next thought, yeah? Because what we have to do is we also have to desync the link between the casino station and the ground. So what we need is someone on the ground to disengage the link on the ground, so that if we can't disengage it in orbit, we've got someone else we've got to back up. How do we feel about who would want to do that?
All right, I guess I gotta split up from my buddy Killsphere. You take these chips. Now, don't take them like you did last time. I need you, and Killsphere, I need you to look me in the eyes.
Jemp holds up a finger and says, you may not want to leave anyone on the surface because you will still have to get away with the ship. And you won't be able to do that by yourself. The ship was decommissioned enough to become a casino that it actually can't break orbit. So you're going to have to rendezvous with your ship, the Vagabond, and have it then piggyback you out of the system. But the good news is I've been in contact with your ship AI, and they're standing by right now. And Jemp presses a button, and all of your comms beep, and you hear, "Hi, I'm Beep Boop, your ship AI.
we know your name. What? That's weird.
Yes, but I just thought it would be great to introduce
Oh,
myself."
that's fair.
One of these days, I will deactivate the introduction protocol.
It's like when you're in a Slack and a Slack bot constantly repeats. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Young.
And Beep Boop chimes in and says, "I'll have no problem piloting the ship, and once we are attached to the top of the world, we should be able to sync all of our systems together, and we will get the ship back to the people who it belongs to. Okay, bye."
Wait, before you go, Beep Boop.
Yes.
Are you able to remote into the base on the ground and disable the sync between the top of the world and the planet below?
Checking. It appears that it will be able to be done from the flight control center on board the ship.
Oh, well, that saves us a lot of trouble. All right.
That makes much more sense.
Hell yeah. I think we're going to have a good time.
Okay, so now we are entering the phase of gathering information before the adventure itself. You do not have to come up with what your actual plan is yet. We will get to that next, but now is your opportunity to ask other tech questions from Jemp. Like I said, he has the entire thing memorized, so he will be able to answer the questions to the best of his knowledge.
Now, you said that the top of the world has been largely decommissioned, but is still flyable. How flyable? What are we talking about maneuvering wise?
Well, you'd be flying a building.
I've done that before.
Great. It does have basic thrust capabilities to help it maintain its position with the global position lock, but other than that, you're not going to really be able to get maneuvering thrusters, and you definitely won't be able to have enough lift to break atmo.
Okay, that presents a number of difficulties, but I think we can overcome them as a group.
What is the security setup like? Is there like one single security team, or like is there sort of a thing where like something happening on the casino floor might draw attention away from other areas?
Absolutely. I was actually able to get through a lot of the security protocols, and I did notice what could potentially be a flaw. Most of their security protocols are preventing theft, most importantly, the vault. It does appear that if they think they're getting robbed, the majority of their security forces will be positioned to guard the vault and the money itself.
So it sounds like we might be able to pull this off by doing a fake heist. Like I could go in as like a high stakes gambler, because I'm so suave. And then I could like try to find a way to make my way to the vault while the other three of you could find ways to maneuver around, and I could draw the attention that way.
Precisely.
Youngin, do you feel prepared for that?
Yes.
All right, don't chop my head off like a chicken on Sunday
Well, I mean,
roast.
it was my plan, so of course I think it's... No, I'm sorry. You're experienced, and I shouldn't step on your toes. I'm sorry.
Sassy.
First mission jitters are common amongst new teammates.
All right, yeah, you right, Killsphere.
Do you not remember our first adventure on Sirius 4?
I do.
That robot you still owe a lot of money. You are not technically divorced from that robot yet.
Look,
Oh my God, I want to hear this whole story.
It was
But maybe not now, but maybe later.
one night stand, and I had a few too many logs.
This is what I am talking about.
Okay. Yeah. I know we're like planning a heist, but I want to hear this whole story later.
Well, it started off as...
Maybe we can tell her in the car.
I like the idea of like cutting to an hour later and that's how it's a totally different story at this point. It's the end of Alice's restaurant. Like it's just
And that's why I'm not allowed a Chick-fil-A. And also I don't want to go.
because I'm gay. It was actually a very short
Pretty
story.
much it. It was a very brief tale.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't prefer anybody. I'm pan, so...
And that is why I'm not allowed at Applebee's.
It's true. Those $1 margaritas.
That's all right.
I
Well, there's
just kept
chilies on the
shouting.
way home.
I
love
found love in this
Chili's.
Chili's tonight. All right. All right. So that seems like a potential. Is this like, okay, I know we're not doing the full on plan, but that's like the question she would be asking.
Yeah.
So it's okay. That's my question.
Jemp, is the craft equipped with an artificial gravitational system?
Yes, it is.
Is it-
Although it doesn't necessarily require it, most ships have it, so it is there from when it was built by the Kodanti.
Excellent. We may be able to redirect the gravitation to make the casino, in effect, lighter. Additional question. Are each of the levels of the casino potentially capable of being jettisoned in an emergency?
No, but with enough explosives, anything is possible.
I'm just going
I
to
don't
say
know. I
this.
think blowing up the casino might
Yeah.
be in violation of our steal the casino plan. So maybe we could table that as like a last
Yeah,
resort.
I would agree with that. I think what they asked for is they asked us to bring back the casino, not most of or part of the casino.
So if we blow it up, but grab the pieces that fall off, we can do.
As long as it's all there. They didn't specify it had to be in one piece, but I feel
They
like
probably want it to
we have a reputation to uphold.
3 pieces are more hard to control than one.
I was considering jettisoning the operations deck, but the future owners of the casino may require an operations deck. It is an interesting point, Trip. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm close to the bottom of this barrel of fried pickles, so we better get going soon.
Yeah, I've got nothing else. I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about what we can do.
They have real dirt outside. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a planet.
One additional question, Jemp. How
Thought
are
it was a
security
man.
personnel armed if the smatter is unable to produce weapons?
So because the security and the employee enter through a different teleporting system, there are different rules for it. Also, I couldn't get access to any of the manifests, but one would assume that the cargo container contains those sorts of things so that security would have access to it.
We may need to impersonate security personnel for greater access.
So that's 2 hacks we could do. If we can do 2 hacks, one to add you to the manifest for the cargo crate, and another one to get one of us in as security personnel. Add us to the payroll.
It can't be me. I'm not going to sell security. It's going to be you, Trip.
I'm happy. Listen, if you want me to pretend to be a security guard, I'm happy to put my military expertise to use there. But someone, and I'm looking at you, Ferret, your job is going to have to be...
She's a beaver.
She's a beaver?
It's like literally.
I don't know why we have to tell him this every time.
It's literally in her name.
Drip, we explain this every mission.
I just thought it was a fun nickname. I don't know.
I
giving
just
him more
got here and I know this.
Right, but you see, so on my planet, this is what ferrets look like. So it's just, and I'm learning. I'm doing my best.
Look, the way that you
Doing
were
my
raised
best.
might be something, but the way that she exists now is who she is. So you need to like.
I am doing my best. All right, Beaver, Bazooka Beaver. If you can hack the crew manifest so that I appear as a member of their security team,
I think that's easy to do.
It's
I just
easy
got to
to do.
find the right pipe.
you just got to do that, and you've got to get Killsphere in as a piece of gaming tech, and then Robert's your mother's brother. I can go in as a member of the crew. I can bring weaponry on board, and we're all set. Problem solved. We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer.
All right, all hands in.
And
BB sticks to like her tiny
We
little
all
paw.
Ben and I both just put our hands across the table, forgetting that we're not on camera.
but also, there's not the table is slightly too big for all of us.
We just reached out, as if there was a bowl of chips or something that we were reaching for.
Yeah, some nachos. So a purple hand, Chase's hand, which I guess is like flesh tone with a little bit of blue. Or
I think. Well, she has like those cool like fingerless gloves that are like,
nice.
teched out and stuff. So
Nice.
well, just a sick fingerless glove. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The
Little
beaver,
paw.
a little beaver paw, and then just Killsphere just kind of floats and nudges.
Oh, I like the idea of like a USB port popping out like. And like
Yeah, a little cabinet opens and one of those tiny toy hands pops out and just like
Amazing.
rests on top.
Amazing.
Of the
I
thing.
like one of those slap hands.
Yes.
Did Killsphere win that from one of the games here?
Slappity hand.
you're playing like a skee ball and you're just flying into the 5,000 point thing just over and over again.
You would not believe how many tickets I have.
Once
7.
I go in as a high roller, you could be like my personal bodyguard.
Oh, that's
Then
much
break
better than my idea. I thought I was just going to hang out on you at like a dead animal.
Oh, that
Because they always wear those.
Wait, hang on. I've got another thought.
Oh.
Do they have those? They're called UFO catchers. Those claw machines with the stuffed toys.
Do they have it at
I
the top
can
of the world?
crawl through the bottom.
Yeah.
Just roll 1 die for me.
The dice says absolutely it does. No problem, Benjamin. It's 2. I rolled a 2.
They do not.
No claw machine.
It's gonna be closer to casino games rather than family friendly entertainment like that up there.
All right. So is there a way we can disguise the beaver as one of those deal or no deal briefcases?
Well, if we're smuggling me in as a kid's toy,
Yeah, that's
Bazooka Beaver could also pretend to be a stuffed animal of some variant.
Yeah. Checkmate.
I've had enough salt
Dan.
to preserve me for a little bit.
All right, so should we go to plan the job?
All right.
I guess so, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. First things first, the players are going to choose the type of plan to your approach. It will be either assault, deception, infiltration, mystic, social, or transport.
It sounds like deception is our big thing, right? Because we're pretending to be doing one thing and we're doing something else.
It feels like a mixture between deception and infiltration.
Yeah,
like
I
those
agree.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this leans heavily on deception.
Okay.
Infiltration.
A little
Yeah.
bit of transport
Yeah.
right at the end, but not so much for most of it.
How are you all feeling?
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page.
Okay, so you have decided on deception for the approach. So you have to choose the method of deception. I think we've discussed that mostly where BB is going to impersonate a stuffed animal and Killsphere is a toy.
Toy, yeah.
And I'm a high roller and Trip is an employee at the casino.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing that you will do is you're going to choose your player loadout. What this is going to be is the amount of smatter that you will have on your person. You can have light, normal, or heavy. Your character sheets will tell you how many items you can have based on that. Any of the italicized items are items that you'll have on your person. However, you will not have anything that is a weapon because it will have been confiscated when you teleport in.
Here's a question for you. One of my items is a grappling hook. Now, that is not a weapon. That is a utility.
Mm-hmm.
Can I bring it?
No.
Well, what if, hear me out on this, I could bring it?
I'll tell you what, if you bring just the hook, but not the firing mechanism like
firing
Batman,
mechanism?
no.
Here's my question. Is it that it's being confiscated, or is it that the algorithm won't let it transform into that shape on the ship?
Anything that you have on you will be confiscated, and then anything that you try to use your smart matter for while on the ship, it will not allow you to turn it into it.
Okay.
I'm taking a normal amount of smatter because Killsphere always has a sort of reservoir of smatter within them.
Yeah.
Okay, so normal. Yep.
Light loadout because I also have my my Urbot named Brian.
Here's the question. At one point, we discussed in the plan smuggling our stuff in as materials. So, like, would that affect our loadout when we go in, or does that not affect that? Because that's like...
No, if we're going to do something where you're smuggling it in, we'll most likely do it as a flashback.
Okay. I think to start with, Chase, I'm going to take in a light amount because I'm trying to pass myself off as like a rich, so I wouldn't be loaded for bear. So I think that like my smatter clothing would transform from my really cool, sexy scoundrel outfit into like more of like a sleek dress and like I'll look like a rich lady kind of vibe.
Definitely normal load. Make it one of those chunky stuffed animals with a little satchel because that's where BB is hiding the fine hacking rig parts that they need.
Okay. The next step is your gambits, which are your shared pool that is used for a variety of things, most notably to give you an extra die. You begin with 2 from your ship and 1 additional one from Chase's starting ability, so you'll have 3 gambits for this adventure.
Remember that.
Okay.
And you'll have to keep track of those yourselves, please.
Okay.
Next,
I'm putting them in the middle of the table so we can all see them.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Next, I will.
And that's
roll.
a party pool, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I
it's
just want
fine.
to move on.
No. We've got questions.
I didn't bring my trunks. I'm very funny. Laugh harder at my
I believe
amazing
I believe I
joke.
said party pool.
Yeah,
So you don't need trunks.
that's my favorite Dragon Ball Z character.
Oh, beat me to that one, too. I can't get a goddamn break. All right.
Sorry, Dan. Continue.
Okay. Engagement roll. You start with 1 die for sheer dumb luck. Then, is your approach bold or daring? Is your approach, does it expose target weaknesses or vulnerabilities? Basically, do you have any extra advantages going in?
I think that we're targeting weaknesses because we're targeting the fact that we know the security has a weakness in that it will focus on the money. Mm-hmm. So that's a weakness in the system is that it's not protecting the ship itself, it's protecting the money.
Fair
so
enough. Yep.
I think
You're
that's
exploiting the flaw in the security design. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then to subtract anything, is your plan overly complex? Is the target have particular defense against your plan? Are enemies or rivals up against you?
No.
Can I argue that we have a contact that provided aid because we had somebody give us the layout of everything in the setup?
You do, but I think you only get 1 die
okay.
from that.
Cool. All right. Fair enough.
I may be incorrect, but we'll
I mean, it would
that's
only
fair.
be around the security area that there would be somebody actively working against us. Well, I mean, I guess in the brig too.
Don't ask for homework.
No. Okay. All right.
All right, so I'm going to give you 2 dice for your engagement roll.
And also, I think, I don't mind homework because I like to make the game challenging. But the reason why I would say the legit reason against that is that we're already saying the opposite is our strength here.
Touche.
So, yeah.
Touche. No, touche.
Okay, so 2 4s. So that is a risky position that you're going to be starting in.
Interesting.
So let me just make a note real quick.
That was one of Tom Cruise's more fun films. I think it's a little better. Yeah.
Risky position.
Yeah.
That's the one where he plays a cocktail mixer who also does NASCAR racing.
I like that you couldn't even. You're like, there's a bit here somewhere. I'm gonna get to it.
I couldn't
While
remember
I'm
the word.
talking, I'm gonna find this bit.
I couldn't remember the word for NASCAR. I knew it was coming up, and I couldn't remember the word. It was really, really deeply unpleasant.
Yeah.
Just standing there with a pistol, blasting the nose of the Sphinx. Just like, I don't get it. It's gonna fall off. Okay.
That's how I get those blue tokens in Resident Evil 4. You just got to keep on blasting.
Just
Danny
Anyway, I just
DeVito.
started blasting.
Yeah,
I just started blasting.
Yeah, Dan, we're gonna revise the plan. We're gonna just start blasting.
Yeah.
yes, the DeVito Accord.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my loadout to DeVito.
May I offer you a heist in this trying time?
Egg chaotic.
Egg.
Okay, and with that, we now jump right into the action. So let's go around. Let's start. I want to start with BB on this one.
Whether
Can I
we
make a
need
slight
to.
pitch to change one of the things in the plan with BB's permission? I want to see what you think. We had talked about you playing a stuffed beaver. What if we have you playing like my exotic pet that I have to have with me? And that way, like you don't have to like stay stationary and still the whole time.
That's hilarious. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. Then let's start with the two of you. You are now in the top of the world. Tell me.
Well, obviously, I'm looking down on creation. Sorry.
First of all, you should know that the top of the world casino is fine. It's not the nicest casino you've ever been to.
I was told it was on the top of the world.
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
It's
exactly.
Like, you know what?
like-
It's like when you go to Vegas and you're like, oh my gosh. Well, obviously the Excelsior. I mean, it's right there.
This is gonna be great.
Like-
and not smell like.
Is there an Excelsior casino?
400
I think Excalibur.
Excalibur,
Sorry.
yeah. Yeah, it's
This is Caesar's palace. It can't be. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Excelsior's is right
like-
next to Stan Lee's palace. It's on a
No,
block.
Excelsior is the sister casino to the Enterprise casino.
Oh, don't. Oh, now I'm sad.
What an experience we're having here today. Okay.
So the casino, it really is just. They took a ship and slapped as much casino as they could just to get people in there, and it's really just the gimmick of, oh, we're in a flying casino. So you show up. How are you dressed? Let's. I want to have the two of you.
I think the closest thing I can think of is something very similar to Admiral Holdo in Last Jedi. Like it's
like
that
it.
like very
I like it.
slinky, like cool, like just like flowy gown kind of thing. I probably do have like a cool like almost like a garlandy type thing around my cat ears, like that looks like a cool, like not a garland. What's the word I'm looking for? Not
Like a tiara?
not quite a
Or-
tiara because it's more the ones that go
Garnish.
down. Like it's like gem, almost like the childlike empress
A
in
diadem?
kind of like a diadem, but more like stringy.
Okay.
Okay.
Like yeah. So
Like
like
Return to Oz.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So that I think that's kind of happening with here. I have like really cool like elaborate makeup. Like I'm done up like I was like just garish and like yeah.
Yeah, compared to everyone else, you are very overdressed. There are tourists with flip-flops and they have their yard mark type things. And you look very nice, but you are definitely among the better dressed clientele right now.
Okay, yeah.
Can I just Chasella de Variant?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, yes, darling.
And BB, you are accompanying.
Yeah, I feel like BB got like a quick brush down by Chase, like not happy about it, and like a big bow is like stuck on the top of their head.
Yeah.
They do have their satchel, but like they look at Chase, they're like, I thought you said I had to wear this. Look at me, I look like an imbecile.
Darling, it's the whole point. You're so beautiful. Everyone look how gorgeous my little baby is.
I'm picturing like when Perry the Platypus has to just look like a platypus, just like all weird angles.
Your
and-
baby BB.
Yeah, by the way, Chase is basing this entire thing off of something she read like in a book about like how like that's why she's so much more garish than anybody else, because she has no idea that people just go to casinos in jeans and cargo shorts like nowadays. Like it's like me when I went to Vegas for the first time in my early 20s and I thought I had to dress up for the casino and my grandma was like, no.
Nope. You just gotta dress like the smell of a cigarette butt. That's what you gotta do for Vegas.
Yeah, I'm like that scene at the beginning of Swingers when they drive all night to go to Vegas and they show up in suits and ties and it's like 5 in the morning.
Yikes, yeah.
All right, Trip.
I mean, I would imagine I'm in like a security uniform, which I have to assume it being a casino is like, you know, black suit and tie. And I would imagine at this point we've fabricated some kind of ID badge for me. and it's just a case of Bazooka Beaver hacking me into the system as a member of the staff. So I'm waiting for the go ahead to act on that. Do we have little earpieces or anything like
Yeah,
that? Okay,
yeah.
good,
You do have comms. Again, comms are being monitored for the most part, but you do have communications between one another. And I will say, you don't necessarily know if your card's going to work until you try to use it, because you were fabricating it from nothing at this point, which you could change with a flashback easily if you wanted to have some sort of intermediate mission to make it that your card does in fact have the codes.
Here's what I think we have to do. I think I have to do a flashback. I want to try to meet up with someone who fabricates false security cards for casinos.
I like it.
Invent a character for me to interact with, Daniel.
I'm going to open up my document entitled Emergency NPC Names.
Dean.
Kylie
Oh my
Minogue.
gosh.
I'm just starting at the top of the list and working
Can
my way down.
Ideen be played by Jim Rath?
Actually, I do like Ideen.
Jim Rath.
Tim Rash, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you put the call out to Ideen because you know that she is on Lucky Luna. She's positioned on Lucky Luna. She has a... it's not even an office. She basically has commandeered one of the aisles at a nearby convenience store, and she just kind of hangs out in the convenience store all day. It's a GCS. This is like the 7-Eleven or the Tesco of the universe.
Okay.
Like every corner, like of the galaxy or the universe, in fact, has a GCS.
Okay.
Can I make a pitch? If she's hanging out in essentially a space bodega, can she be a cat? Because she's like the bodega cat.
I don't want to take away from you being the cat.
Bodega cat burglar. Since I'm the one pitching it, I'm okay with her being like a literal cat, like a sentient cat.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she is in fact exactly. Yeah, she is a green and orange and pink, like rainbow sherbet swirled colored cat, and the colors move.
Oh, love that.
Ooh.
So I walk in and into this little space bodega, the bodega galaxy, if you will, and
it's GCS.
Yeah, and there's someone behind the counter who I don't recognize, but I immediately clock this gnarly-looking cat, like curled up and asleep on a box of quavers that have been imported from 21st century Earth. I'm like, oi, Ideen.
Well, if it isn't Trip Odometer.
As I live and breathe.
Mary Poppins. Yeah. Ideen, it's been a while. How you holding up?
I'll be better if you paid me the scratch you owed me. Scratch, get it?
I'll leave. I'll just go, and
No. It's always a pleasure, friend. What can Ideen do for you?
I have to say, this new cat form is a lot better than that little worm you was when you was living in that labyrinth. I'm really happy with the body that you have. Good job. Listen, I know I owe you some scratch, but actually, I can give you the scratch now if you want. And then I just reach in and I just scratch behind her ears.
Oh, Trip, you know me so well.
Now, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I need...
Her claws pop out.
You
want a scratch?
No, I give you the literal, you give me a figurative. So I need a falsified security badge for the top of the world. Can you hook me up with that?
Sweetheart, I thought you were coming here to ask for something hard. Give me 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, she beams you the codes to your personal comm device. Go ahead and mark 1 stress for that flashback.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we have to do that for little flashbacks.
Yeah. So you now will have working security codes for that.
Perfect. Cool.
And now we are back to the present. Killsphere.
Let's, I guess, flash back when Chasella DeVariant and her charming pet BB enter. I think BB just kind of like rolls Killsphere down a hallway towards like the play place. And Killsphere, as they're rolling, their texture shifts and changes to the like outside texture of one of those kids' play balls.
I love that.
And they just sort of bounce into a loose pile of balls that have gotten out of the
That's
pit.
fantastic.
That's how they do it. That's
good.
Yeah, I just imagine you rolling between the legs and various sorts of limbs of different species, just, bobbing and weaving, and then just like up into the kids area. Yeah, you are in a themed kids area.
What is the theme, Dan?
It is themed after Jack Skyflyer, the coolest teen in the universe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So there are music videos playing, and there's lots of sugary treats for the kids, and just lots of merchandise for Jack Skyflyer.
Please tell me that Jack Skyfly just looks exactly like the kid who was the leader of the Burger King Kids Club in the 90s.
Oh, Kid Vid?
Kid Vid, yeah, that's my visual. Of the
Yes,
kid.
but when you look closely, you can see that he's probably closer to 40.
Dan,
Perfect.
does Jack Skyflyer look like Dan Peck?
No, not at all.
Is Jack Skyflyer a very tired Hugh Jackman?
Is Jack Skyflyer here right now?
Yeah.
James Lipton intro of just.
G'day, I'm Jack Skyflyer, and I'd very much like to die.
Could I speak to Jack Skyflyer?
That shit kills me. I'm sorry. Every time. Okay.
Killsphere, once you're in the ball pit, a blob-like child does in fact pick you up and shakes you around and just throws you, and you're back in the ball pit.
Perfect. Yeah, I think Killsphere, once they're thrown, sort of stops in midair and arcs completely unnaturally towards a different section of the room, just kind of doing their own thing. Because who's going to believe the blob children? It's fine.
That was my favorite Enid Blyton book.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
It's a Philip K. Dick novel that got turned into Death Blob.
Blob children, or from the original novel, why does the play place cry the tears of a child?
Yeah.
Okay, just so all of you know.
It's equally funny both ways.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So now that you've established where you all are, I'm going to let you know that there are two secret clocks going on. There is a security secret clock, just in terms of the level of security's alertness, and then there are individual ones for the four of you, depending on how suspicious you are all being. But you will not be able to see those, but I want you to know that those do exist.
Okay.
All right, so take it away.
I'm going to immediately, my goal, I think, is to head to the back security room so that when suspicion is happening on the casino floor, I can be like, we got to go check that out. We got to move, and like really try to like pressurize the security team. Pressurize being the exact word I wanted to use, and it fits the moment. So that's my goal, is to head to that back security room with all the banks and monitors.
All right, you do that, and there are two guards standing next to where the doors and the security terminal are.
I walk with the cool confidence of a person who's done this 1,000 times. I make sure that my ID is visible. It's probably on one of those like little belt clip things with the little zip line thing. And I just make a straight line to walk past them and tap my card on the door.
And it lights up green. It is good to go. And one of the guards opens the door for you, and the other one says, "Hold on one second. Are you new here?"
No.
I'm sorry. You must work on a different shift. I just haven't seen you before. I didn't want to be rude. If you were new here, I wanted to show you the ropes.
No, you're fine, mate. No, it's good. I'm usually on Gamma shift, but they reassigned me to Delta today. So.
Oh God, Gammas are the worst.
Hey, come on. We don't talk shit about you when we're on our shift, mate. Come on.
Well, we talk shit about all of you.
We're all doing the same job, mate. You know, at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing. Let's just get along, yeah? You know what? Don't even talk to me. And I keep walking.
You go in, no problem, and the one guard turns to the other. That guy was kind of a jerk. But you go
And someone
through.
else goes, Gammas.
So yeah, you are now in the security area on the second floor.
Perfect. I'm going to refer to that map, and I'm going to use that map that we were given orally by the tiny Lego man whose name I can't currently remember.
Yeah, where is it that you are trying to head to?
Central security, wherever the CCTV setup is. Operations, yes.
So that's going to be on the top floor.
Okay, I'm heading that way.
Okay, so you start heading up to casino operations, and
Okay.
you pass plenty of guards. No one is giving you a second look because you are dressed the part. You're in the security
I look
area.
like a lilac Jason Statham.
Yeah. And you find the teleporter that brings you up to the first floor, and you are now at the first floor. So you're heading to casino ops.
Yes, I walk in and I find a chair that is unoccupied and I sit down and make it look like I'm just scanning the monitor banks. I would like to find somewhere where I have a kind of a view of wherever Chase is or is going to be. And I would imagine we've probably planned this ahead of time, like knowing, like if you're going to a specific table or a particular game, I want to be able to have eyes on that so that I can pull everyone's attention to that.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're in a large room with desks that all face the same direction, like almost the way like a college lecture hall would be, with a huge holographic display in front of you that is broken down into different sections of the security cameras, so you can get a view of everywhere kind of all at once. And then at your terminal, you can bring up specific sections. I won't make you roll a hack, but you type in what you need to, you scan your credentials, and you now have eyes on Chase and BB.
I say, I'm in to this security setup. It's a really good setup.
I think the plan, if this makes sense to you,
Okay.
is that since
We
I'm,
might have
I'm
the
smuggling
same
you
idea.
in as like my spoiled pet, but you're also clearly like acting unhappy to be there.
Right.
I think the idea is that you quote unquote bite me and run off, and that causes a scene. I'm like, oh,
I love it.
my baby ran away. My baby ran away, and like the plan within the plan, the fake plan is
Right.
that Chase's Chasella DeVariant is trying to draw attention to you so she could sneak away to the vault. But what she's really doing is drawing attention to herself, so
Right.
that you can sneak away and be a hacker.
Right. That
love
perfect,
it.
because that literally was my idea. I was like, Chase needs to make a distraction so that BB can go like squirrel off to a pipe somewhere and like connect to it.
Because like if the actual plan was to rob the casino,
Right.
the plan would be like, oh, we're gonna have you
Follow the
run away,
yeah.
follow the animal, and then let the owner sneak off. But because you're in the security booth, you're seeing through this plan, and so
Yeah, I
you're
love it.
putting a focus
I
on
love
me,
it.
Yeah.
and like that, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this is a decoy. This is a decoy. Focus on the woman, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when, not to speak for Trip, but I feel like when you check in on the computers, it's like in the middle of what this already kind of executing a little bit on the floor.
Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
roleplay this.
So I'm like playing, and I'm like, baby, you have to stop squirming. Mother is trying to play this game, and it's like this delightful gentleman is trying to change my money into chips so we can play. Stop squirming.
I swear, Chase, you pinch me one more time, and I will take off your thumb.
And like I stop pinching in character. I'm like, anyway, baby, you have to stop squirming. Mommy is oh my finger, oh no.
And I think at this point, BB like starts running as fast as they can in a towards like a general pipe, like somewhere that they can connect to the other wiring. And the first thing they do is rip off that heinous bow.
I'm going to have the two of you make a team action.
Okay.
So one of you will have to be the lead on this one, and I'm going to have both of you roll Scramble, which is
Okay,
running away.
I have one in Scramble.
I have one in Scramble too.
Okay.
So I think I would be the lead since I
Yeah.
caused the action.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that does mean if Riley does roll a failure, you're going to take stress for it.
Yeah,
But yeah, so both of you go ahead and roll Scramble.
So I just rolled one, right?
No, whatever, however many
Okay.
dots you have, that's how many dice you roll.
Okay. Never mind. 6.
I got a 6 too.
It goes exactly
Amazing.
as
Yes!
you have planned. So BB scrambles off to the hidden nook that you are looking for, and you are selling this act perfectly.
Can I ask you a question? What difficulty was that?
It didn't really matter, but I'm gonna call it that. It's definitely risky, and
But was it desperate?
no.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
no.
'Cause I get something special on desperate.
Yeah,
rolls.
it was a risky standard.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sorry, I remember to give those for the rolls.
It only
too.
mattered, for the rolls, but it also mattered for
Yes.
my special abilities.
All right, and Killsphere, things are starting to kick off a little bit. What is it that you do next?
Yeah, once things are starting to hot up, which Killsphere can hear through their sort of monitor, they're going to roll to various children they've identified as the troublemakers in the room. And what it's going to look like is the kids are picking up the ball and throwing it. But so Killsphere is letting these kids pick them up and throw it, and then they're going at max force into the various security cameras in the room to disable them.
That's so good.
Oh my god!
I love that.
All right,
I love that so much.
yeah, roll scrap for that. This is going to be a risky standard also.
Okay. Oh, I gotta look up so many documents. My documents.
Oh, by the way, you do get an extra gambit because you crit on that.
Nice.
Because both of you got 6s for that one. Yeah.
So we did one extra gambit or 2?
One.
Okay. Yee.
Yeah, because on a single 6 you don't get one, but I'm counting that as 2 6s.
Ooh, I got a 6. Hell yeah.
Yep. Once again, exactly what you set out to do. So you're sailing through the air, strategically knocking out security cameras.
Oh, I love this. Everyone's rolling so well. I can't wait to mess this up.
Yeah.
Great. Awful rolls.
While you're running away, I'm trying to draw attention to myself, going like, "Oh no, my baby ran away! Somebody give my baby! Oh, my poor baby! She's so terrified and scared. My baby!"
As your plans are going exceptionally well, from the central teleporter entry point, 4 individuals beam in, and there's something up about them. And they make their way into the main area of the casino, and one of them shouts at the top of their lungs, "Everyone be cool, this is a robbery!" and then blows plasma green fire from their mouth. To be continued.
Amazing.
Thank you for listening to Good Chaotic. The Good Chaotic crew is Châu Kate Lê, Ben Paddon, Riley Silverman, and Michael Nixon. Our GM is Dan Peck. Our theme music was created by Daphne Sacklarides. Follow us on social media at Good Chaotic Pod, or join us in our Discord to hang out with other fans, share fan art, and talk about the episodes. If you'd like to help support the show, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts, or by becoming a patron at patreon.com/goodchaoticpod. And also, tell your friends. It really helps us get the word out and get new listeners. Until next time.